One faded. Monday, what's today, the 15th?
Yeah.
12:15 episode 100. And when?
Welcome to this pissed off Mad Monday.
Where?
I am Bobby Caboose. As always, at the in the Legends Clubhouse is through that camera, through that screen, through the other camera into that room is Lawson underscore. What's going on underscore? How are you this manic Monday?
I love how sometimes you'll use like the last name, then other times you'll use the underscore joke because of my Twitter handle. So
Yeah,
half the people are just gonna think that my last name's underscore, but we're chilling. What's up? What's going on?
that's your middle name.
Oh, that's my middle name.
Yeah, that's your middle name. I never claimed it was
Ah,
your last name. It's your middle name.
ah.
Um,
So yeah, man,
dude,
what's going on?
so yeah, episode 101. Who's your favorite 101 in sports?
The 101th season of the NFL. I have no
All right,
like
101 Dalmatians. That's great. Um,
sports
whatever, dude. Those dogs can
race.
pull a sled or something. Yeah, race,
They
do
can
something. You can
race.
bet on them.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, it was a long, jam-packed weekend full of shit.
Yep.
What did you do this past weekend?
So,
Enlighten me.
enlighten you. So on Friday we didn't do much of nothing. We just kind of hung out. Saturday, uh, me and some buddies jumped on the game and we were hanging out and chilling and we watched Saturday Night Main Event and we watched Cena's last match and it was like, damn, dude, it's crazy because, and I'm sure you've seen it and I'm sure we'll talk about it, later on. When the match was over, everybody was like, oh, and I was like, damn. And then after they came out and played the video and Cena walked back, I was like, okay, here's where something's gonna hit. Something's gonna reel us back in. And a lot, my boys are like, I can't believe that's it. And I was like, dude, that's kind of how a lot
The
of
cookie.
sometimes it is the way the cookie crumbles, especially in wrestling where a lot of your all-time greats they go out like
Yeah.
losing.
eh, yeah, we'll definitely get into it because I
Yeah,
want to get into that
and
too.
then
But what else
and
did you do, man?
and then Sunday I was a Cowboys win from smacking a nice little slip, but I it's so funny because the teams that I bet on, did they kind of get lucky? Because I thought and bet on the Bills that the Bills were gonna, beat New England, and they find themselves down 21-0 early, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
great, no heart, no nothing, and then my playoff fantasy in my big money league, it started out great, and I needed Jameer Gibbs to just kind of drop a cool, 17, 18, and he didn't do fucking much of nothing.
Yeah, he didn't do much. Um,
But yeah, other
but
than
yeah,
that,
man,
yeah, we're just chilling.
the first weekend of fantasy football playoffs for
Mm.
most people. I'm in the losers bracket, and of course, as soon as I get eliminated from the playoffs, my team blows up like the last 2 or 3 weeks. I was at a 7-7 record
Mm.
now. I scored, I think, the most points I scored all year this past weekend with like 165 or something, which most of the time teams are averaging between 1 and 110 maybe. And my team
Dropping
absolutely,
dropping 160 is nuts.
yeah. So that was cool. I would have beat everyone in the league except for one team.
The worst part
But
about really quick, the worst part about my first week in the playoffs is I had Trevor Lawrence on the bench. And the last 3 weeks, T Laws, had like 24, 25, point games, and I've got Baker, but I've got Mike Evans and Emeka Ibuka. So I'm like, okay, well, there's my double stack, right? And he was playing Chris Godwin, but I got to watch on Sunday T Law fucking score 5, 6 touchdowns, and I'm just sitting there with the I ate ass face, like he's on my bench.
yeah, man, you should have hit me up because I could have told you, living up here, in the Detroit area, it's like 4 degrees outside and it's snowing. So I would have told you that we're praying for sunshine, and I would have told you to put Trevor Lawrence in.
Ah,
You
damn.
know, so Over the weekend, we had a Christmas party on Saturday
Yep.
with the girlfriend's family, and it was a lot of fun, man. There was like about 30 people, her aunts, uncles, cousins, um, and we did this thing, a new thing this year with we had gingerbread house contests. So there four random teams were selected,
Mm.
and I and the girlfriend's family were judges, and so I went around to every group, and I was trying to help slash sabotage each one of them because I told the girlfriend's dad, I told him I was like, what would have made this better if each team had a selected mole to try to sabotage the team.
Like a
And it could have,
Grinch.
yes. So, um, I was giving the teams ideas,
Mm.
and most of them were terrible ideas. One of them I told who, the gingerbread houses come with like a little tree and a gingerbread man to decorate as well. So I
Mm.
told one to cover their gingerbread man in guacamole, so it would be the guacamole Grinch, and they
Mm.
did it. And so each team I gave an illegal object to, so that they could use with their gingerbread house. That team was the guacamole. I gave another team a piece of celery to use as a sled, so they put their gingerbread man on it to slide down the roof of the house.
Mm.
One team I gave cauliflower to, so they could have a winter bush. And the other team I gave. Oh, I was running out of ideas. Well, I wasn't, but feasible ideas.
Right.
So I gave them a squirrel-shaped cookie to use as a decoration.
Nice.
But I told one team, I was like, look, I would grab one of these giant nutcrackers around here because they have like 50 of them, and have them like, destroy your house and have your house in crumbles, and that could be like the Godzilla, uh, Nutcracker. I told one team, I was like, "Hey, do you happen to have any pop and Mentos? You could put a pop inside your, thing, put some Mentos in it, and have it explode. Hey, do you keep any kind of firecrackers in the car for some odd reason? Put some firecrackers in your gingerbread house and light it off right before the judges are gonna, you know." Judge so that the house explodes, and no one was taking my ideas, and I was very disappointed. I was like,
Damn.
man, these are great ideas. I told one group, I was like, I would knock out all these windows, get some food coloring of some sort, and spray paint it and look like it's a graffitied abandoned house. Just great ideas coming from the booths, and then every team used an illegal object. So then when the judging came along, my girlfriend's father was like, what's up with these illegal objects? And everyone pointed at me. And since I was a judge, we included all the illegal objects because every team had one.
That's funny.
So, instead of disqualifying them, but it was a lot of fun. We did like a little gift exchange. It was a weird game. We were trying to get away from the traditional white elephant because that can get kind of boring after years of doing it. So we played this game with like a deck of cards, and depending on the card you get in a big circle, and you pass the gifts to the left or right depending on the card, and then
Mm.
other cards have special things or whatever. The girlfriend and I both left with miniature Lego sets, so we were happy with
Nice.
that. My gift that I presented was toilet golf, where you can actually putt while you're sitting on the toilet. So the person that got that was pretty excited because I think they probably take massive shits. So you have
Nice.
some, you can play an 18 while you're sitting on the toilet squeezing one out, right? So, um, that was fun. Ended up, I didn't watch the John Cena match live.
Mm.
By the time we got home, we put it on. I didn't watch the undercard because I'm not, I just don't pay attention to NXT. Not that I have anything against it, but similar to AEW, it's just,
It's not your
at that
thing.
point you can be playing fucking 7 days a week, and
Right.
as much as I love professional wrestling, I also need a break from it. So, um, I was only really interested in the Cena match.
Mm.
We'll get into that in a little bit. Then, yesterday uh, was a little difficult. I was actually surprised that we were up in the first half, but we'll get into that as well because I want your opinion on some stuff because, here in Detroit, I don't like to be the one, to make excuses, but there's some stuff that I need to talk to you about because maybe from a just a football fan and a non-biased fan,
Mm.
I need some opinions on some stuff about that game. But anyway, um, you started talking about Cena's last match. What did you think overall? Like, I know there's some backlash online on how it all went down, and people are like, oh, he shouldn't lose his last match. He's the greatest of all time. But
When me and my buddy were watching it, we were thinking of all the times in which we're gonna hear a music because there's no way this is the end, and
yeah.
then it was funny because my friend, he's not like tapped into wrestling. Not saying that I am, but just watching it more in general. He's like, who even is this Gunther dude? Is he like an all time whatever? Like I would rather had this guy, this guy, or this guy. And I was like, well, he does have the long. He's what, the longest intercontinental right like reign ever and
He's
all that jazz. And I'm like, he's the
he's been
best.
a champion, whether it's the world heavyweight
Yeah,
or the intercontinental, like 80% of the time that he's been
yeah.
on the main
and
roster. So,
and I was saying too, like he's the best heel to do it. Like Cena's
mhm.
ultimate good guy right now because it's his retirement tour. Gunther's the last or the best bad guy right now, and and stylistically from a Cena's the hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up type, and Gunther's whole spiel is I make people give up.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about midway through the match, we were like, I wonder when Cena's gonna Hulk up, right? And just
Hmm.
and just start especially when they were like trading punches and stuff. We were like, it would be funny if Cena just would have pointed at him and just did like a Hulk thing, right? Um, right. And when Gunther had him in that sleeper and he tried to Hulk up, I was like, he's hulking up. And then when he cinched it back down, and then I saw that smirk on Cena's face. I was like, he's about to do it, and he tapped, and we were all like, oh! And then the immediate crowd pictures, like you see Tyrese Halliburton, like what the hell? You see kids crying, you see all
Yeah.
that shit, and I'm like, that's hilarious. Now, um, I thought it was the most poetic thing because when you look at like yes these wrestlers are characters, so they are not obviously characters like people. They have like their beginning stages, prime, end, towards retirement, XYZ, and all that jazz. And Cena went to Hulk up one more time, and he just didn't have anything left in the left, so he accepted that it's the end and tap.
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
Yeah. I thought it was done pretty well. I'm not here to bitch and complain like a lot of the internet wrestling community, but it was funny because like I, I'm watching him, in the sleeper, and again, like I noticed the smile right away, and I'm like, is he meaning to smile like this? Like what, what's gonna? And
Yeah.
then yeah, the small little tap, like I got nothing left, dude. Like my time is up, and I didn't mind it. It was very like you said, poetic. Um, it was funny because I you have him give everything that he's got, the super AAs, the AA in the off, onto the commentators table. I mean, he fought his ass off. But again, like you're going with an older Cena who's, if you're gonna look at this as like a real fight or a storytelling thing, like he's the old man who just gave it all as he's got, and maybe his punch doesn't pack as much as it did
Right.
at one point, right? So I think they did that well. The funny thing is when after the match and Triple H and them come out
And they
when
booed
like
the
when
shit out of him.
yes.
And before you go into it, and I don't know if you're gonna make this point, so I kind of want to get my little thing in.
Mhm.
Did you see the video that they did when Cena was still in the ring? Like all like the everybody like a appreciative video that they had play on the jumbotron.
So that's what I was getting at. When Triple H pointed to it, I thought Triple H was pointing to a WrestleMania sign, and I was like, "No fucking way is this where they're going?" Like, because I was like, "He's gonna point," like, because the way the camera was, the camera
Right,
kind of
you could.
spun.
It would have been really funny if you would have pointed to somebody in in a skybox or somebody.
Yeah,
It would have been funny. But the thing that thought was really interesting on um obviously it was well put together. All the wrestlers doing their
mhm,
appreciation and from his dad to his mom saying talking about it. I thought it was really interesting when they showed the Vince clip. I was like,
yeah.
that's wow. I didn't. I For
I think
someone
they
who
had to. I think they had to.
right, but you understand the surprise.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, absolutely. And so, um, what was the thing that I was going to bring up? Oh, I thought it was hilarious that during the match, the fans are chanting, "You still got it."
yeah.
Yet for 20 years, "You can't wrestle." Like what? Like
The crowd was amazing
that
for
was
the
the
whole.
one chant that I was like. You can't chant this, dude. In his whole career, you chanted, "You can't wrestle," and now you're chanting, "You still got it." Like, get the fuck out of here. But
The crowd was
yeah,
awesome.
I thought it was funny that they were booing the shit out of Triple H. I thought it was funny that they were chanting "fuck you, Gunther."
And calling him an
Um,
asshole and shit like that. It
yeah,
was really funny.
yeah.
What made it even better is I was streaming it to me and my buddy's Discord server, and he had the sound on. He was like, "Why is the sound bugged?" And I'm like, "They're chanting 'fuck you, Gunther.'" He's like, "Are they? Is my sound fucked up because they're trying to bleep it out?" I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, buddy. With this is an NBC affiliate, they're not finna have just 'fuck you, Gunther' going all stream."
Yeah. But dude, I I got a little teared up watching the little tribute video at the end.
Mm,
Um, I saw the little thing with the Miz and the R-Truth and Joe Henry, which was hilarious
that
beforehand.
shit was hilarious.
But yeah, dude, I felt like it was, we talked about it on Friday as far as what we kind of expected, and I didn't really expect the actual tap. I thought it was going to be like more of a pass out,
Like with the
but
three arm thing, but then he tried to Hulk back
yeah.
up one more time.
Yeah. So, but for those people who think that Cena should win, what does that do for the industry? Like, that's people are like, oh, that's good old wrestling. Legends have to leave out. They get pissed off that they have to lose their last match. They don't have to lose. Like I just saw this thing on Twitter. Someone posted like Sting's retirement
Yeah.
tour. People are saying like it was way better than John Cena's. Sting went like they put on there, and you could fact check me because I don't know if not everything you read on the internet is true, or
Hmm.
maybe it is, who knows. But they posted that Sting went 29-0 in his
What?
retirement tour. And like I said, I'm not sure if that's accurate, but if
Right,
you
but
go
it's just what you
undefeated,
saw.
like what what
It doesn't.
what good does that do for like a 60-year-old Sting like just dominating your roster? Like okay, like
Yeah.
Cena I think did it right. I mean, there was obviously times in this farewell tour that it was like, okay, what the hell are you doing? Because I love the heel turn, but I didn't care for a lot of the execution.
Right.
But as far as this last match, like this does so much more for Gunther because now he's retired Goldberg, he's retired Cena.
Did
You got
Did you see the
you might
rumor
have
that he might retire Brock?
Right. You might have Rey Mysterio coming up. You may have Brock. You may have, some other of these legends coming up that Gunther he can kind of take care of all of them
Yo, you know what I
and
just thought
be like
about?
a contender.
You know what I just thought
Hmm?
about?
Hmm.
Let's say he retires X amount, right? When it's time for Randy to come up in about however long until, because I think Randy could still
Yep.
go another 5 6 years. However, because
Right.
he's in great shape, he's under contract for it. But Gunther could play the, well, you were the first, but I'm the real legend killer. I retired Cena. I retired. Brock Goldberg.
Leg-
insert guy. Right.
Legend killer versus career killer, right?
Yeah.
It would be a good setup, and like I said, that win for Gunther does a lot more for Gunther than Cena winning.
It
I know it wouldn't damage Gunther if he had lost because Cena's, quote
the
unquote the greatest of all time,
right.
but it doesn't move the story forward. Like, or, okay, what do you do with Gunther after if he loses against Cena? Like, okay, like,
You
I know he's still main event picture,
you
but
he drops down the totem pole in it to where it's like, okay, well, now we have to do a kick the can storyline and have him squash whoever to build him back
right.
up.
Right. And I just, it was cool that everyone came out. I was actually surprised that they didn't hit his music again.
Yeah,
And just like one last time, like, do, 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 beep 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 beep.
yeah,
But yeah, it was cool, man. I was happy with it. It's crazy, dude, because like it's like one of those people that like for you, like I don't think you've ever seen wrestling without Cena. So it's like one of those retirements like Kobe or Shaq or Jordan or when LeBron retires, it's like, okay, you've this is the only league you've known,
dude.
and now without your guy, it's
It's
all
funny you
right.
brought up LeBron because I said I hope LeBron retires in like the off season, not this off season, but just whenever he retires, I hope he doesn't like announce it, because then when it's like game 82, I don't think that they would miss the playoffs, due to now that they have him and Luka are tied. But what I'm saying is, like, example, I don't want it to be game 82 and they're like the 10 seed, and then they win or lose, and I'm like, that's it. I just watched the end.
Yeah.
Like, if it were to happen, I'd want it to be like, do what Tim Duncan did. Tim Duncan didn't tell no fucking body. It just randomly Tim Duncan retired.
You want you want to know the difference between Tim Duncan and LeBron James? Tim Duncan's Mr. Fundamental. LeBron James is Mr. Look at me. So yeah, LeBron James is gonna have a farewell tour,
Probably,
and
but you get my point.
I do.
Right.
But he's Mr. Center of Attention, dude. He's gonna have a farewell tour, and he's gonna want his little stupid gifts from everyone. But anyway, yeah, man. I think Saturday night main event was good. I like from what I hear, they really elevated those NXT guys that were part of the show as well.
Yeah.
So, but okay. So moving on to yesterday.
Yesterday.
Um, it hurts a little bit. I didn't think the Lions were gonna win, but I didn't think they really had a chance. But when they did have a chance, I
Well,
feel like they got ultimately fucked.
when Aiden
I'm
Hutchinson got that pick in the first quarter,
yeah.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall, because I genuinely, because once again, me having stake in the Jameer Gibbs fantasy bucket, I was like, let him get tackled at the one, let him get tackled at the one. And it was even more funny because if Aiden Hutchinson didn't turn his head back and forth 14 times, he's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Um, so,
it's your team. You have the floor.
so one penalty on the Rams for 4 yards. A touchdown catch that A, he was down at the 1 or 2. B, he didn't fucking catch the ball. And 3, how do you not overturn that? So that's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna put it to you because us Detroit Lions fans, again, I don't like making excuses. I don't like I think that's the bitch way out. But I feel like we got completely screwed, and that completely changed the momentum of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And to have the Rams literally have one penalty for 4 yards, like,
It's
what are we doing here? When there's essentially you go on ESPN any fucking day of the week, and you can be like, you're gonna hear somebody be like, "Oh, there's a hold on every play. It just depends on how the refs want to call it." You know,
yeah.
like,
The
come on, man.
how many penalties did Detroit have? I'm about to check because that 1 for 4 really stood out. Let me see. The It's so funny. Detroit
But
had
what about,
4 penalties for 25 yards. The Rams had 2 penalties for 8 yards.
yeah, I mean, yeah, they were kind of letting them play. I get it, but like to not, I mean, they didn't get their first penalty until I think the fourth quarter, deep into it,
Yeah,
and
which is really interesting to the point to where you don't have a hold, a clip, a not saying a blindside block, but you don't have a lick of nothing.
all right, a false start. Like,
Of
come on, dude.
Yeah,
And so, like, and not even that, but like, what do you think about that catch? Like to us, like we were at the bar and we had a lot of people there, and like we were all like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, and like again, it's a bar full of Lions fans, so like any
right.
call that goes against this is gonna be like, "Oh, come on, what the hell?" Like,
The
it's bullshit. But like, that was fucking bullshit, dude.
for
Like,
the listen,
so I just need an unbiased opinion about the entire game.
non-biased opinion. You guys had plenty of chances to win. I did think even um like obviously I think if Lions would have got the ball back with a little bit more time because Amon was cooking, JMO was cooking. It was even more funny because when you guys were down 14, y'all got all the way down to the goal line. I was like, I need a bullshit Jameer Gibbs touchdown. I just need a bullshit
Hmm.
one to just to boost my fantasy, right? But even then, I was like, they're talented enough to get the ball back. The only problem is, and when Puka left the game, I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, you have Devonte Adams who fucked up his
Yeah.
hamstring. Puka's out of the game. Now's your chance to seize any momentum that there is to be
Mhm.
seized. And to highlight that touchdown catch, as we have breaking news that Micah Parsons did indeed suffer a torn ACL. Um,
Add more games to the NFL schedule, guys.
yeah, dude. The
Let's add more.
just make sure we get the extra bye week. No, the before the
Yeah,
touchdown with
make sure you're getting players from the XFL pool. Make sure
for
we have some good quality football on Sundays. Oh, not only Sundays, but Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, sometimes Saturdays, and let's add. Hey, let's take away all the fucking all the hype from the Maction Tuesday. Let's start playing games on Tuesday. Let's play every game of the fucking week. Yeah, good job, NFL. Way to keep your stars on the field. Anyway, proceed.
with all scoring plays being reviewed, the second he caught it, I was like, okay, well he's down on the inch line. Now
Hmm.
maybe they end up scoring anyways, but it's the chance of because even on a down to down basis, a lot of things have to go right just to get the play off, just to execute the snap. There could be a bad snap, a bad hold, a penalty, XYZ. We've seen crazy shit
Hmm.
before. So it's just the ability to have 2 or at most 3 extra plays.
Yeah,
So not only did I thought he was short, I thought it wasn't a catch, but
dude. I thought it clearly hit the ground, and I from again I'm at the bar, so correct me if I'm wrong, but
mm,
we thought we heard Tom Brady say that they ruled it a catch, a fumble, and a recovery.
once again I watched the majority of games with no sound because I want to see if I can just look at it.
Right.
If they ruled it catch, fumble, recovery, then he would what wouldn't he still be on the inch line?
And hey, for a catch, don't you need to make a football move? Like, What like that's one thing I can't
Absolutely.
fucking stand about the NFL, dude, because like it's like you know and this season especially, because we have this show and this platform, you've heard me talk about these bitch ass Mike Pereiras and all this shit. Why the fuck do we have these motherfuckers if that is a catch, a fumble, and a recovery? Get the fuck out of here. Don't give me shit about a football move. Don't give me shit about how much time you need to possess the ball or if you have control over it or whatever. It's moving, the ground cause whatever. Don't give me shit about that because none of it fucking matters. Because at the end of it, if you want that play to be a touchdown or if you want that play to be a fumble or an incomplete pass, they dictate that. There is no consistency. It's fucking bullshit, dude. And that's why, like, again, I just sound like a sourpuss Lions fan because it didn't go my way. But that's why I needed your unbiased opinion.
I'll give you
And
one that actually went for me. When we played the Ravens 2 weeks ago, Lamar threw a touchdown to Isaiah Likely, wide open in
yep,
the end zone, and I was out, and he caught it and was extending just to protect the ball, and he took 1, 2 steps, and then Joey Porter like knocked it out after, and I was to be like, damn, all right, we need to eat up some clock here, but then they ruled it
yeah,
incomplete, and I was like, oh fuck, we got bailed. That was
yeah.
it's one of those where, and then there's been plenty of instances over the course of time where all teams have been on the receiving end and the benefiting end of these calls.
Is okay, so real quick before we get into anything else, is there any way we could take a commercial break or do you wanna roll solo for a minute or two?
I roll solo.
Okay,
You
I
gotta
will be
go.
right back. There is a situation where I gotta go and I will be right back.
Well, all right, we'll be right here. Well, you're stuck with
Speaking of that I told you that toilet golf I could be I would be able to shoot like 9 right now.
nice, but
Roll solo, I'll jump back in.
all right. So I mean, we can go to the Chiefs game and their situation. It is so heartbreaking to see what's going on with the Chiefs. Not saying that I am a Chiefs guy or a Chiefs fan in general. I'm a football fan at heart. And when the Chiefs started out the way they started out, there was no room for error. Not only did the lack of receiving help in the beginning of the year bite them in the ass, the fact of they lost every single last year. I think they were in 11 one-score games and they won them all. And it reminded me a lot of when you close your eyes and you think, what are some of the best one-score, teams, count year to year? Oh, the Vikings when they won, 12, 13 games with Kirk Cousins and they were undefeated in one-score games. And what happened the next year? It returned to the mean. That is something that is not replicable. You cannot go undefeated every single year in one-score games. Winning games in the NFL is a skill, and that is a skill that the 2024-2025 Kansas City Chiefs, my bad, 2025-2026 Kansas City Chiefs did not have. They could every close game they lost, and it was apparent to me even with them driving and being down 3 when Mahomes went down and I saw the replay. I was like, oh, he just popped his ACL. And it's heartbreaking because once again, he is one of the faces of the NFL. And the fact that he now has a strong chance of missing the majority, if not all of next year, based off of when he tore it, um, I just think it's such a kick in the groin for Chiefs fans. Now, once again, is it a well they still might have missed the playoffs again anyways? Missed the playoffs anyways. You're probably right, but I still want to see these all-time great players on the field.
Oh, hey, but wait, let's add some more games, NFL.
Right.
Let's let's add
Oh,
some more.
I'll do you one better. So with Mahomes being out with a torn ACL, best case scenario, he's back by what, the trade deadline next year?
Yeah.
If he misses the whole year, now their coaching is good enough to obviously make up for. Not saying that they're going to, go from obviously they're not going to win 11 games this year, but let's say they are an 11 win ceiling team with Mahomes. If they're an 11 win team, I could see them being, like a 7-8 win team without Mahomes. The funny thing is, what if they just uber tank, get 3
Oh, they
wins,
will. They will.
and then
They're
they
gonna
and
they're
then
gonna win
and then
like
they end up
5
with
games
and then
next
and,
year.
th- and then they end up with like Jeremiah Smith, and
Yeah.
it's like,
No, that's what's gonna happen, dude. It's gonna they are gonna win about 5 games next year, with Gardner Minshew or whoever their quarterback's gonna be.
yeah,
Because I was just about to ask, how old is Mahomes?
30.
Okay, and so he'll be 31, or after he comes back. He'll be 32, possibly after that season. So you're looking, okay. So if he misses next season, that they go 5-12.
I have 13.
Uh, huh?
I'm fucking way going. Well, by then it might be.
You know, come to this show to take serious takes and serious conversation and serious knowledge for the viewer, and you do that shit to me. You're so unprofessional, man. Hey, like I already shit my pants during a DJ gig once. I didn't want to shit my pants here. That's a goal of mine, to not shit my pants in the Legends Clubhouse. So sorry I had to break, and then you come up with this fucking shenanigans. Anyway, 5-12, like I was saying, they're gonna be able to draft their next quarterback to sit behind Mahomes. Like I said, I think Mahomes. I don't think Mahomes is gonna be one of these guys like Rodgers where he plays into his upper
No.
30s, 40s. I think he's gonna be done probably by 35. Like just because of the success that he's had. Like what else do you need, man? Like I feel like I don't know when his contract is up, but I could see him getting like a 2 or 3 year extension from his contract, and that's about it. Maybe play until he's 37 or so. But yeah, it's curious to see if they're gonna go in a different direction or get their next guy to like just sit underneath him, because with Mahomes, most likely you're not going to be at the top of the draft. So it could be an opportunity for them to get a higher talented quarterback. But yeah, dude, it's just like when the Patriots lost Brady for that year. They went like 6-10 with fucking what's his name, Matt Castle or whatever.
Yeah, Matt Castle.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then they were able to retool with their big dog coming back. Um, what is interesting to me with this situation is, like you said, like Mahomes might be missing a significant part of the year next year. I wonder if Kelsey's going to stick around, because if I were him, I mean, I'm not a big Kelsey fan anyway. I if I'm not if Mahomes ain't throwing me the ball,
He's gonna
and you
bounce.
have a huge question mark there, like I'd probably just be like, you know what, I'm out. Like I'm just gonna
Mm.
retire.
Yeah,
Um,
and that is 100% a possibility. Like this could be like the end of Kelsey too, and
yeah,
they have a handful of contracts to relook over, because Chris Jones is making a shit ton of money. George Karlaftis is making a shit ton of money for his consistently being in his. George Karlaftis, I think, is a really nice young player. The only problem is he's consistently inconsistent.
hmm
So we'll see. And once again, it's it will benefit the Chiefs from drafting 32 every year to drafting
yeah,
this year like 12th. Like if I were the Chiefs, I would just lose out. There's no point.
right,
We already don't have
right.
Mahomes, so you might as
Which will
well,
probably happen.
huh?
Which will probably happen.
Right.
They'll no. And that division ain't getting any easier, man. With
Hell
the
no, it's
Broncos
not.
and the Chargers, the Raiders are probably gonna suck for eternity, but that's okay. Each division needs one, so
Mm,
usually it's the Lions in the North, but outside the last 3 years where they've been the best team ever. But anyway,
yeah. It's really interesting because I think that they need to they. I don't think it's a rebuild because you have Mahomes. I think it's more of a retool. So
Hmm.
you hit on one or two draft picks, in the upper half of the draft, and maybe you finagle some money around and bring in some more talent. But one of the bigger things is that you know Mahomes had, I think, let me double check his numbers because I remember it kind of popped out to me that it was really interesting. Mahomes only had 16 completions. He was 16 for 28. 14 of those 16 were to Kelsey and Rice. So
Hmm.
it's like, what else do you have to? You got to build rapport or bring in more talent that Mahomes is, able to trust
Yeah,
because
and if you're not gonna go with that, getting Mahomes replacement ready as far as like having him be under him for a few years, use those fucking top draft picks for the best weapons in the draft. Like, go get yourself some stud receivers out of
dude,
college, man. Like, you're
if
gonna be in the perfect position to take one of a top end receiver, probably in the next 2 years.
if
I would
they
do it
get
probably both years.
if they get Jeremiah Smith, it might genuinely be hell.
Yeah.
And
Whatever happened to the dude? I think his last name was Williams. The dude from Bama.
Ryan
That
Williams
Yes. What happened to him? Because he was like 17 and like
and
fucking like awesome
ripping
like
it
last
over,
year.
yeah.
Like I'm like, did he turn legal and like
Did he
forget how to
turn
play
legal
football?
and
Like,
forget out?
what happened?
He's still at Alabama. He's still a crazy talented player, but he's just his second year was obviously not as good as his first year. But it's so funny because one of my buddies is a big Ohio State fan, and he's like, "You remember when they were comparing those two together? Now fucking look at them. Ryan Williams go
Yeah.
a whole game not even get targeted." And I'm like, "Damn, dude, feels bad."
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. So, but who's on? Who your Steelers playing tonight?
We are playing tonight.
Who are they playing tonight?
We are hosting the Miami Dolphins,
Oh man,
and I'm
that mean
kind.
did you
And
get a win last week?
we did.
All right, so tonight you lose, and next week you lose.
We
So, dude,
have
you're gonna
a
game losing streak right here.
I think it's 22 game Monday night home streak. And it's supposed to be like 17 degrees, which
Nice.
makes it even more fucking sad because I need DK to go for like 30 in fantasy for me to win, dude. Fucking
PPR?
yeah. So then,
That's
hey,
15, dude.
you know,
15 catches would get you right there.
you know what's funny? He had seven. He had 7 for 140 like 4 last week, and I was like, okay, how many targets did he get? He had 12 targets last week, and I'm like, huh. He gets another
Yeah,
12 targets and a touchdown. We might be able to make some shit shake. But
yeah,
we
man.
need a Christmas miracle. But the scary thing is the TJ Watt injury, and fucking before the injury, I made a bet with some friends I'm now gonna make public, and I'm gonna stick with it. If the Steelers fucking lose tonight, I will shave my facial hair. No beard, no. I'll go just pure baby face, dude. Like I. If we lose to the fucking Dolphins at home in the snow, I will freak the fuck out
You know what you should do? You should double down
and go
and
bald.
say if
Fuck
they
no.
lose against the Lions and the Dolphins, you not only shave your face, but you shave your head and look like an egg, and
I,
shave your eyebrows. You have no hair on your head.
I look like Ryan Shazier.
Yes.
No, because we're
We'll call
gonna
you we'll call you Lawson Shazier.
Lawson Shazier. Nah, though, but like if we lose at like there's unless Devon A Chain, who's been tearing it up the past month and a half, unless he just goes berserk, and he might. I don't see us losing tonight. What pissed me off is like last Wednesday, T.J. Watt in the hospital, lung discomfort. I'm like, that's not good at all. And
Hmm.
then it comes out that he was trying or he was doing like I think it's called dry needling, kind of like another thing of
Oh,
acupuncture.
sure.
Yeah, and whatever trainer was doing it accidentally pierced his lung. So now my group chat's going up. Why the Steelers trying to kill their best player? And I'm like, can we? And I'm like, we're not trying to Tyrod Taylor him, bro. Can we relax? Because I don't know if you remember that happened to Tyrod, and that's how Justin Herbert got his first start against the Chiefs his rookie year.
I didn't. I did not. I
That
did not remember.
that happened 15 minutes before kickoff too. 15 minutes before kickoff, Tyrod Taylor got his lung punctured, so Justin Herbert had to make his start his rookie year.
All part of the NFL script. All
Yo,
part of the NFL script.
if it's really crazy, because if once again, if the shit is script, do you know how mad like Matt Ryan's gotta be like when he's reading his script? We're gonna win 11 games. I'm gonna win the MVP. Oh fuck, this is amazing. We're gonna go to the Super Bowl. We're gonna be up 28-3. And what do you mean I'm gonna get hit and I'm gonna get a strip sack? What do you mean it's gonna go into overtime and I'm not gonna see the ball? Like there's just some players where it's just like, dude, this is my fucking script.
And
Look at
Matt Ryan was
Philip.
probably, hell yeah, let's go.
Look at
He's
Philip
like,
Rivers' script.
yeah,
Philip Rivers played in an AFC Championship game with no ACL.
that's dude.
He
That's
also
what like,
go ahead.
I'm still expecting my call from the Raiders to come and start. Game 17. When they need a starter, I can hand the ball off to Genty. I could throw it to Brock Bowers.
Hey, bro. I mean, if you saw what Kenny Pickett did or didn't do this past week, I mean, they didn't even fucking score. I think it was like 31
I can,
nothing.
yeah, I can take a couple shots with Max Crosby. Yeah.
Yeah, though, but with who I also really feel, well, fuck the Packers because they beat my team this year. But like with Christian Watson getting hurt and Micah Parsons tearing his shit up, there's a lot of injuries to key players on key teams that are really on the rises here. Like you look, the Colts were running shit, and then Daniel Jones breaks his leg, pops his Achilles 2 weeks later. Um, and then Sauce Gardner's injury after they trade for him. The
Hey,
Packers
let's have
and
NFL on every day of the week, dude. Let's not give players time to recover. Let's do this and that and shit. Let's start having Wednesday games. Let's have Thursdays, Fridays. It's fucking bullshit, dude. And like it's funny because the fucking evidence is like clear as day right in front of your fucking face, dude. And like, yeah, they're like, nope, we need a game on Black Friday. Nope, we need games on Christmas. Nope, we need to like get the fuck out of here, dude. Like,
go ahead.
I want to. Hey, anyone out there who knows Jonah Hill from Moneyball, right? A guy like that, some fat glasses nerd that knows numbers, call your buddy up and get me an analytical graph on key injuries from back in the day to now because of the fucking schedule.
It's even more funny too because this
Unbelievable.
weekend, we got 2 games on Saturday. So here
Yeah.
it begins.
I mean, well, it began back on Black Friday. Like, and again, Christmas I think is on Thursday, right? Why the fuck are we having 3 more games on a Thursday? Like, dude, stop.
Because the NFL has to be the big dick in the locker room. They're seeing the NBA, enjoying, Christmas.
But they're not. They're like the big dick of the locker room is the NBA because of like the Christmas stuff, right?
No, but I'm saying
they got
go ahead.
They got the BBC going, right? They're smacking people in the face with it. The NFL, they got the small one, and they're like, nah, mine's as important as yours.
That's what I'm saying. They had to try and be it and walk in and try and take Christmas. It's like Christmas will forever in my household be it's a basketball day. Football's Thanksgiving, Christmas is basketball, and
right.
it's just the whole.
I'm gonna watch football over basketball every day of the week, but I also don't need it every day of the week.
I like traditional shit. I I
Right?
I like example. I don't. You know what? Hold on, because I don't think there was a single basketball game on Thanksgiving. I don't think there was fucking one. Yeah, not
Smart,
one.
because they're smart. They're like, okay, the NFL's already on Thanksgiving. Like,
Right. So there's no point for games. None.
yeah.
Nada.
If Christmas is not on a Saturday or Sunday, because I get when college football goes away, they adapt a couple games on Saturday, which
Yeah.
I'm fine with because that's already a football day. I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
But it doesn't fucking matter what day Christmas is. If you don't have scheduled games, don't fucking schedule a game. Like, I don't
Right.
understand why there's two extra games on Christmas. If you want your stupid ass Thursday night game that always flops, that is always a terrible game, and no one gives a fuck about, then put it on fucking your Thursday night. But don't add two more to screw up all these other teams with these schedules with these 4 day not even 4 day weeks, 3 day practices at it. Like they don't even have fucking time to recover. Like, and you wonder why your best players, especially when they start aging, get hurt.
Do
Like,
you
like at this point, we're gonna for the last 3 weeks of the season, we're gonna be watching fucking XFL players. Oh, is Dwayne the Rock Johnson gonna be suiting up out there?
do you even
Let's
know
get
the three
fucking, let's
games?
get Florida State's best player, Ron Simmons from the '80s.
Rod
He can play
Simmons.
nose tackle. Like, yeah, what are you doing? Get fucking Saskatchewan's best wide receiver from the Canadian Football League. Let's get him out here. I mean, what are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you the three games, and they're all fucking duds. Well, now they're fucking duds. Cowboys Commanders,
Yeah,
dud. Detroit Minnesota.
6-7.
I mean, I don't expect JJ McCarthy to beat up on the Vikings twice,
Yeah, you mean the
and
Lions?
then
Yeah,
yeah. I'm still pissed off that stupid head cost me some money last night, and then this game would have been interesting. Denver at Kansas City, but it's
yeah.
not because
No,
Mahomes doesn't have an ACL now.
no. So yeah, it's like I get what the NFL was going for. You got three division rivals, and especially with the Lions and Minnesota, the two top teams last year. But dude, like you don't need it. And then I'm sure there's is there a game the day after Christmas?
No,
Okay, I'm surprised they didn't do that.
it's
Like
games that week are it's Thursday, which is Christmas. There's no game on Friday. Then there's games on Saturday and that Sunday.
yeah, and Monday, right?
It, yep, 3 straight days.
Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
It's
know.
funny.
Maybe I'm just too stupid to run the NFL, but in
And
my eyes, less is more. And
bro, I just looked up like the Christmas slate for the NBA. Shit's crazy tough. I completely forgot of how we got the Cavs and the Knicks, fire. The Spurs and the Thunder. We get Wemby against the best team in the league, which they actually just knocked off in the NBA Cup the other night. Uh, Cooper Flag versus Steph Curry, nice. The Lakers versus the Rockets, LeBron Durant and Luca, and then you got Minnesota and the Nuggets. So it's like I just don't understand why. Well, I understand the concept and the theory in trying to steal eyes from other sports leagues, but when your calendars already intersect, there's no reason to. Oh, I want what they have. And
yeah,
the NFL's going to win because the NFL's going to be king for till kingdom
right.
come. But it's still just a simple fact of the um, semi small breaking news. Not really, but it's funny because we were talking about Mahomes. Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola intends to enter the transfer portal. One of my buddies asked me how good he is and or could be a couple like a month ago, and I said he's a college quarterback. Why are people calling him the next Mahomes? Because he looks like him. and goes in with the meme. Like he doesn't play like him, but
Right.
shout out Dylan Raiola. One of those
So
guys.
so I think Tua's gonna go up north and kill you today. Um,
Dude, if Tua lights my defense up, I will genuinely jump off a bridge.
you're gonna lose like 34-7.
I'll cry. You know what? I won't cry tonight. I'll save up all my tears, and right when we do the intro on Wednesday, I'll just start crying.
All right, I'll just monologue the whole hour. Um, you're just sitting there in your own
uh,
piss and tears. Um,
fuck. Really quick because Raw is tonight. That's normal what happens on Mondays. We have Monday Night Raw. What is teased for tonight? We have
it's got to be Gunther.
g- uh, this is not in order. Uh, Stephanie Valkyrie and Raquel Women's World Title. Punk is here. Gunther appears. Maxine Dupree versus Ivy was at Nile
Yeah.
for the IC title. Usos, New Day, and Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. But yeah, I wonder. I wonder the heat that Gunther's gonna get tonight. I saw that someone tweeted out he needs to just go super in with the heat. He needs to come out with security all around the ring and say we're preparing for a riot, and he needs to rerun on the jumbotron, Cena tapping out, and just rage bait every fan for like 20 minutes.
He needs to have Cena's music hit first.
Someone said he needs to come out to Cena's music, and I'm like, they might genuinely burn the building down.
What they should do is like, because everyone knows the iconic start of Cena's music. Um, and they should hit that note and then right into Gunther's. And because you get the big pop and then you're like, oh yeah. And then him coming out with like a instead of like a never give up thing, say
I
something else.
He always he gave
Yeah,
up when it mattered most or something.
he
Some
gave up to me or something. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Gunther as
He's got to
his
open the
segment.
show, right?
I
I
would
would
think
think.
so.
Yeah.
It's either open or close, which I think you need to open with it.
Oh,
Um,
because it's the last thing WWE that we saw.
right. So, but anyway, thank you for joining us here on this manic, pissed off, mad Monday. Um, We are usually live here on the New Leaf News YouTube channel. Go hit that subscribe button. We're live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you can't catch us live, go revisit our shows. Check us out over at newleafnews.com/network. Both of them take you to the same great site. We have a great team of writers over there, whether it's sports, entertainment, politics, horoscopes, murder shit, gaming, you name it, we got it. If you're a Welcome to Dairy fan, hey, outside of Stranger Things, this may be the biggest show out there currently. One of our writers, Zach, just did a phenomenal review on the first season of Welcome to Dairy, so check that out. Go check us out on our social media. We are at New Leaf News on 5 different platforms, whether it's X, Blue Sky, Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. Go give us a follow if you got one of those. We appreciate the support. You'll see our latest content and articles on those first. So if you want to be first, either subscribe to the website or hit that follow button on the social media platforms. Um, you can follow me on Instagram, on X. I am at Bobby Kaboose. That is at Lawson_1226. On those two platforms as well. Those numbers do mean something. His birthday is I was going to say 14 days away, but my math's a little off. 11 days away. The day after Christmas, we will be live on his birthday. So that will be fun. He'll be able to open all the presents you glorious fans have gotten him since like June when I've been promoting his birthday. So, clear that Amazon wish list for him. Other than that, I appreciate you guys being here on this Monday. Lawson, if you want to take us out, I think I'm done rambling.
Steelers Nation, show up and get your fucking terrible towels out fucking today, dude. We fucking need it
Okay.
because if we lose, huh?
Okay, Cena.
Where do you think he got the inspiration from?
Not them.
What do you know? You don't know shit. For New Leaf News and Legends Clubhouse, I'm Lawson. Turn on that. Right there. This is Bobby Kaboose. We will see you beautiful people Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope you enjoy your Monday and your Tuesday, and join us back on Wednesday. Once again, for New Leaf News and Legends Clubhouse, I'm Lawson Turner. That's Bobby Kaboose. We will see you beautiful people Wednesday afternoon, and until next time, peace.
101.